Hi Libra, welcome to your reading for September 2020. If I'm being honest, I've been in I don't know, strange mood lately, and listening to a lot of music, like calming myself down. Um, and I felt like maybe I shouldn't do a reading in this energy. But the more I sat in it, the more I felt like I needed to do your reading. So I pay attention to my intuition all the time. I should be doing a personal reading, but I really feel called to doing your reading, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So, welcome, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those who are intuitively guided to the channel, thank you for listening. Whatever brought you, I'm so happy you're here. I feel like spirit in some way is going to lift our spirits, because if I'm feeling that way, I feel like there's a reason. So just go ahead and calm your mind. To release the outcome and go with the flow. With the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Normally, I don't announce who's on the bottom. I don't know why. But the Hierophant wanted to be announced. First of all, card of Taurus. But it's of our higher being. It's of a higher energy. You can talk about your faith. Are you losing faith? Let's find out. Alright, we have the Justice card, card of Libra. It's a card of balance. Next to the Four of Swords, which is kind of beautiful because what Justice her promise to you is to make you whole again, right? To make you balanced. And as you're in a healing process, whatever it is you're healing over, it feels like it's of the heart, but it's also of the mind. But it also may be of my mouth, of the way the spoken word. Because there is a sword that, I have to lay on my own sword here. And I feel like as we do that, it's like the blessing of Mother Mary. What it's doing is helping you to become whole again, yourself again, but your real self. Interesting. Look at this. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So you may have to reinvent yourself. Maybe you don't think you have it in you. This says otherwise. The Eight of Pentacles is saying to you, be willing to walk into something as an apprentice, right? Not as always like a know-it-all. And I don't mean to put anybody down as I say that. I really don't. But it is the energy of, if I put my focus in something, even if I start at the apprentice level, I become the master. I become the master of the skill, right? But it's where I put my focus, what energy I'm willing to put into it. Some of you may be seeking advice over that right now. What path should I take? Which direction should I go? Where will I be where I'll feel whole again? And I feel like Mother Mary is saying, well, quiet your mind. Quiet your mind. And as you quiet your mind, it sounds counterproductive, but it's to remember the tools that you have, like your own creativity, your own spin on something. What can you do? with what you have. You'd be surprised. Your card opening us up here lets me know that, my intuition was right on when it said do Libra's reading, but, I already knew that. But here's validation. Okay, look at this with 10 of Swords. So, 10 of Swords, that's a heavy card. It's a card of, it's an energy of what other people do to us and the way that it makes us feel, right? This is 10 of Swords is, I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. I have enough of the way it is right now. Now, I feel like if I focus on putting work in towards a relationship, because if this is talking about a relationship, I feel like, can it be healed? Well, it's showing us that it can be. But I feel like at the energy of, a decision needs to be made. And also when I see the 10 of Swords, I say this often, I feel our own part in it. Like, how did I allow all these swords to get into me? Where was I at that time? Where was my focus? And where's my focus now? So it's accountability is what it is. But with justice right at the beginning of the reading, it certainly feels like, it's something that needs to be looked at, for the healing to take place. And then perhaps within the healing is where epiphanies start to arise. Maybe in some way you're communicating about this actual journey. Don't think that, you won't be used in some way to help others who, shoes you have walked. Like, don't think you won't be used in that way. You will be. I feel like I am. That's why I tell my stories sometimes, because I feel like many of you have walked my shoes, and many of you are in my shoes. We have the Princess of Pentacles. So she's a seeker of knowledge. She's on a quest. We have the Five of Wands coming under the Four of Swords. So, we can look at this Five of Wands and this kind of feels like doing something over again, right? And maybe this is you thinking, should I do this again? And I feel like your answer is, it depends on you. And it depends on the other person too, but it depends on the work that's willing to be put into it, right? Because I feel like someone's looking at someone thinking, we both, we're a lot alike, right? There's no winner, there's no loser. We have the Two of Pentacles, so I feel like you're kind of torn. Not everyone, but some of you. I feel like you're torn if you're on the right quest. Am I on the right path? What is going, what is going on? Type of energy. Yet I feel like there's healing for that. Whether it's doing it again or going on a separate path, I feel like, the healing process feels like it comes first. And then the juices start to flow, so to speak, of really Two of Pentacles, right? The juggler. And no problem juggling, like, of what? Of whatever it is you want, right? Whichever way you want to take it. That's you. That's your decision. You as the Princess of Pentacles, no matter who you are, the seeker of knowledge, right? Why? Because she's trying to create some real stability in the world. Maybe for some of you, it's leaving your name in the world in some way, some fashion. And it's funny. I feel like I have some people who may read twin flames. Interesting. I don't know. That's just like popped through. Anyway, let's get the rest of our cards. So we're at the question. What should I do? What should I do? It's like I can't see it. I can't see it, but I feel it. It's something I feel like, you're willing to put the effort in. You're willing to put the work in. Whichever way you choose, it's like I see you giving it 100%. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Certainly can be your energy, Libra. Another Libra, a Gemini, an Aquarius. And the Queen of Swords, represents communication. And she's coming right under that Ten of Swords. So I just feel like there's a need to look at these swords, and not in a judgmental way, right? It's like that's not your job. Your job is not to judge yourself. Your job is to learn from, your path. Like, why did it end up where it has ended up? Maybe it was in your control. Maybe it was out of your control. What could you have controlled? Those are the kind of things you look at. What did I gain? What do I need to learn about myself? What do I want to do in the world, right? There's a lot of different things that may come from that. Some of you, I feel like, in some way are communicating about the energy of, in a way, it's like you're fighting for the underdog. What you feel is like the underdog. We have the Princess of Cups. Interesting. Two princesses. One's thinking of love, and one's thinking of her physical world. We have the the Four of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands, potentially Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. He falls under this question. And I think for someone out there, it's interesting we don't have our last card yet. But I do feel, for someone out there, it's like I do feel like you're in a relationship and you're wondering, can it be healed? Or should you go a different direction? And I feel like, who can answer that but you? And can you do both? I don't know. Can you be the juggler? I don't know if the answer is always, let's leave. Let's leave. Sometimes it's let's look at it. It's almost like there's two very different parts of me. One part of me is where I want love, right? I want love in my life. I want that type of life. And I feel like then there's this other part of me that wants to create something, wants to become something, wants to be independent type energy. Not always outside of or out of a relationship. Sometimes you're independent within a relationship. Why shouldn't you be? So I feel like there's these two sides. What do I choose? And I'm wondering why you can't choose both with justice above you. And I feel like because, she gives you the art of balancing. She gives you the art of balancing. Maybe. King of Wands might be waiting for an answer. What are you going to do? Maybe not even in a negative way. We have the Hangman. Interesting. So everything is on hold. We have the Six of Cups. We have the World card. And look at this. We have the Magician. So, first thing I'm feeling is the healing of this relationship. Maybe it's together, maybe it's not together. But I feel like it's, like I'm going to name this, like, here we go again. Here we go again. Because I feel down here, as someone's in the hang mode, if they're being real with themselves, which is what the Queen of Swords is, if nothing else, she's real. It's the truth, right? Here's justice, the truth of the matter. Your side, their side, and then the truth. And I don't know, because I feel like in the hangman mode, I'm trying to find those loving feelings again, or I'm allowing them to come back in, because next is the World card and then the Magician. So what you're manifesting, right? But it's on hold. So I don't know if that means the work that has yet to be done is on hold, or the epiphanies have yet to come in. And I feel like it's because it's important down here, because it's of your manifestation. And I can read this as someone in a relationship where someone of the past may have appeared, and you're in that quandary of, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Right? And I feel like ultimately, you have to remember you were given free will for that exact reason. You're going to be faced with crossroads your whole life. And take up the judgment of which way I do, like live from the soul. Because I feel like I don't know, but it certainly feels like it's you who's putting things on hold. And whatever way that may be, it may be just like your energy is not, balanced yet. Look at that with the Tower on the bottom of the deck. So this is the underlying energy. This is, it's funny. It's kind of like how I've been feeling, like low, like if I was going to put the tower in levels, like, low, but underlying, like that underlying of, and then, and then just feeling like how to do your reading. Look at that with the Ace of Pentacles underneath that. So for some of you, it could certainly be, a way a relationship turns due to the loss of a job. Um, you know, Perhaps through no fault of their own, perhaps through fault of their own, I don't know. Um, hmm. But, I feel like it takes you the whole way to the Ten of Swords before you have a realization, perhaps. Um, Interesting, because I feel like you're trying to figure things out. I could go this way, I could go that way. Sounds like a Bob Seger song. I could go this way, I could go that way. All I know is the top line, there's a lot of sword energy. But that's not always bad. That's, it's balanced. But it's not balanced right now. I don't know, because you have justice over the Ten of Swords, so, to me, like, the solution is there. It's just, am I willing to allow myself to go there? Am I willing to put in the work of that? Okay, look at that, Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so, again, that energy of independence, or love. And there's the Lovers. And the Lovers is coming over the Eight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is talking about the focus you put into your relationship. You know, and it's interesting, I have the Seven of Swords right next to the Seven of Pentacles. Because it's almost like, you know, one energy is not really trustworthy, but then there's the Seven of Pentacles, which is rooted, right? It's rooted in time. Like it can't be, you know, it's my seed of intention, right? So my seed of intention, um, next to this Seven of Swords. Interesting. Almost like, am I learning that maybe this is a lesson that I had requested? Perhaps. Perhaps the pair of you have requested it. And here it is. And so now the healing process is there because it feels like the healing process is built in. Almost like if I'm making a plan of action for the future me, I'm going to build in at the end a period to allow myself to heal, right? So I can then become the Fool again and, you know, fill myself back up again, that type of energy. So you have the Lovers, card of Gemini, coming over this Eight of Pentacles. You know, I love this Lovers card. You know, and I feel like, should I say that? Because I was going to say, I feel like that's what love should feel like. But I guess there's moments when it doesn't. Right? Does that mean we give it up? It's interesting because I feel like above both of their heads evenly is there like this enlightenment. And I feel like it is ultimately, and this is going to depend on the people involved, but I feel like some are going to, you know, save the relationship. Why? Because I feel like they know they're connected. They know they're connected. And look at this. We have the Magician. And the Magician, it's interesting, is coming first of all next to the Lovers. So I would say like this is some type of soulmate who I had requested, and I had requested the experiences that have gone along with it, the good and the not so good. Because ultimately, what does it allow me to do? It allows me to expand. With the Magician over that Ten of Swords, I feel like there's expansion, right? First, I'm viewing it, but then I'm also having the energy. Am I willing to put the work in for it? And I feel like, you know, so I feel good about this. We have the Three of Cups, and I have a feeling they're all in reverse. And I have an inkling to turn them around, but I'm not going to. With the Three of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. Kind of like mirroring energy for some reason. We have the Five of Pentacles. Am I willing to put myself through, you know, what could be a difficult time? Is this a difficult time? Not just romantically, but, you know, financially. And have we, like, just stopped working at it, at us because of that? We need to look at that because that seems to be part of it. You know, because I'm seeing this Three of Cups as someone like my joy was taken away. But what happened here was there's some type of enlightenment within you, some spark of creativity. I feel like you are also meant to do. So some of you, I feel like you're having a hard time reading that. Like, how can I do both? Well, you know, I don't. I do. I don't know. I don't know. We have the Queen of Wands. A Queen of Wands is usually the one who is active. She's the one who we call the intuitive queen, but she's in reverse. And look at this. What's next to her is the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like someone is beating themselves up over a relationship or a career. I may be feeling called to something because I feel like energy is mirroring itself. And it tells me in no way if I choose to leave someone, do I do it lightly? You know, I feel like it would bring me no joy. Um, Interesting. But then I see this Queen of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and I think, does that mean I give up on a dream of mine? You know, I keep feeling like no. Like, you know, here's this Four of Pentacles down here, and it's the energy of home. And the Queen, I'm sorry, the Princess of Cups wanting love within this home, right? But maybe not. She's not getting it right now. I don't know. Because there's the other side who's like, you know, I feel like I'm on this quest, and maybe it feels like it needs to be a quest within independence. But again, I feel like, why can't you, you know, maybe it's finding the confidence within yourself. If there's those around you, except, you know, if you're practicing things, worshiping things. I don't mean that. Okay, I don't mean that. But I feel there's the opportunity of doing what it is I want to do and doing within the home. But that has to be your choice. All right, let's get on the bottom line. Can I tell you the one thing I'm feeling here is, and some of you may get mad at me for it, but I feel like I'm not serving you if I don't say it. I feel like some of you, some of these difficult, and I don't mean something like the coronavirus, you know, but I'm saying some of the difficult situations you have gone through. I feel like you intentionally planted them at some point, right, to teach you something, to help you expand. And I feel like beyond that, whether you stay or go, that's free will. Okay. Look at this, with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's the energy of destiny. Someone's feeling, you know, like, what's my destiny? We have the Six of Swords. And then we have, wow, the Fool in reverse. I need a drink real quick. Wow. So, I'm going to be honest. What I feel like inside the home is the energy of more ego. And I feel like we need to learn this because there's walls. And, you know, there are realizations that you need to break through to bring you, I feel like, to your ultimate happy place. That may sound weird, but I feel that. So But in no way should you put any judgment on yourself for your own self-realizations, because ultimately that's what you were here to learn. So you should congratulate yourself. But the Fool is coming in reverse, and I feel like sort of with the Hangman, like, am I, I hope I'm not blaming another for not beginning or doing something that I could have done, could do, can still do. I can't put it on another. I've got to put it on me, because I ultimately feel like it's going to be up to, I don't know. That Seven of Swords in the beginning could be like someone has the art of persuasion, and you don't want to be, you or they don't want to be persuaded again. Um, Look at this. Exactly. We don't want the Tower. We had it, right? We had it. We already had it. There it is. So, what has put everything on hold, whatever this Tower is, and again, below that Tower was the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. And the Ace of Cups. Exactly. And the Ten of Cups. Wow. So, within a home that used to, have balance, let's say, um, it's like seeking, like the Tower has come down over not just the Pentacles, but the love. But I feel like ultimately this Tower is showing up over the Hangman and the Six of Cups. And I feel like it's asking me, what am I focusing on? What am I focusing? Am I focusing on the Tower, or am I focusing on all that could be? Not just within them, but also within myself. And I feel like in all aspects, to be honest. Um, but I don't feel like everyone's at that point. I feel a lot of not much action, but I feel like a plan is being devised nonetheless. I don't think this is wasted time. I really don't. I don't feel like the towers are wasted. Um, and I think they're here with purpose. For some of you, it's if ultimately I want to make this relationship work, then I need to come from a place, and I need to do this whether the other side is doing it or not. And that's coming from a place of, love, loving myself, loving my inner child, allowing my inner child to really be front and center type of energy. Can I be that? Because at one time I feel like that's where you were. And I feel like, but shit happened. Shit happened. So it's like this Tower coming over this Hangman with the Fool in reverse right next to it, right at the door of the World card. That's a new chapter, is what that is. The World card is offering a new chapter. But for some of you, I just feel like you're in a healing process. Whether, this is if you choose, but I feel like you do choose, because I feel like you may have the realization that a lot of this, if you look at it from a different perspective, you see how much you really have the ability to grow from it, and not to blame other people for things that we don't make come true, right? If we want a certain type of this, then we need to match that energy type of thing. But the Tower seemed to have thrown that all off. Balance had been. So what I love is, and I think I'm going to leave it here, is I have the Alchemist at the very end of the World card. And I feel like, the Alchemist is, or the Magician is also up here right next to the Lover's card. And within the Lover's card, there is love. I mean, there is recognition of that, right? And somewhat for some, the work they put in. So I think they make a choice of, here we go again. But as above, so below. It's like the infinity sign. Nothing is for naught. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Um, I'm kind of leaving you hanging because I feel like at the Magician, it has to come from you. It's not about what choice you make. It's about what have you learned from where you've been. Or are you willing to do whatever it takes, I guess. I don't know. Um, no judgment upon it. It's, it doesn't have to be a yes or a no. It can be, I don't know. That's the hangman. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But ultimately, there is a chance to, it's whatever you want because the magician next to the world really tells me you are, you're creating it. So it can be whatever you decide. And that's where I'm going to leave it because that's right where it should be left. Um, I love you guys so much. Those who are waiting for a personal reading, they're coming, I promise. I really have to feel it. I mean, I think it's only fair to you. I put you in a schedule, so to speak, but I don't know. I know when to do someone's reading. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the beautiful support of my channel and my work. Here we go again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.